Well, a very good afternoon from Phuket, and today I'm in Kata and I'm going to be doing an updated video to the video I did 4 months ago on this area. A bit like the video that I've recently done on Karon, an update. I'm not going to make the video too long. What I'm going to do is cover what has changed and what hasn't changed here, just briefly, because there's a lot of people again asking me about the situation here in Kata and at Kata Beach because of the recent removal and easing of the restrictions. Of course, we've seen a lot of restrictions being reduced in the last few weeks, and starting from the 1st of November, hopefully the quarantine will be down to just 24 hours. Now, I should make it clear regarding the quarantine, because there's been a lot of posts on social media about the removal of the quarantine as from the 1st of November, and that is correct, but it hasn't gone completely. There is still a 24-hour period which you will need to wait at your hotel, because of course when you enter Thailand you will be required to take a test. Providing those test results come back negative, you are then free to roam Thailand without any further quarantine. However, there is a 24-hour waiting period for those test results, so not completely gone. And I know a lot of people are saying, well, they ought to remove all the restrictions and just open up the country, and I understand what people are saying, but from a different perspective, not everybody here in Thailand has yet been vaccinated. Indeed, there's still a lot of people waiting for their very first vaccination. So by removing everything would be a little bit irresponsible of the powers that be. And I think what we've got is a fair balance considering the current picture here in Thailand and indeed Phuket. I think it's a fair balance, and it would be unreasonable to think that they're going to just remove everything in one go when not everybody has been vaccinated. Of course, as we go further into the future and more people are vaccinated, then I'm sure that more and more restrictions are going to be eased. Talking about vaccination, I'm pleased to say that I have now got an appointment for this coming Friday for my first shot. So hopefully by the end of next month I will be fully vaccinated, which is great news. I'm going to start off with the beach area in Kata for this particular video, and I know I always start off in Kata, the beach area, and simply because it has a fantastic beach. Now today is no exception. I'm going to pop my mask back on, and apologies if the sound isn't quite as clear as it normally is, because there are quite a few people around today, and there are people that are not wearing the masks, and there are some people that are wearing the masks. And at the moment, unfortunately, we still do have to wear masks here by law in Phuket. It hasn't been yet removed, and I've discussed this before, so I'm not going to go over it too much today, but it's my choice, and I'm choosing to put it back on while I'm around other people, out of courtesy to other people basically. But as you can see, the beach is looking fantastic today. And as I've mentioned before, here in Kata, the beach is one of the least affected areas. So if you're planning on a vacation in the next coming 6 months, and you are looking and considering Kata as a destination, then the beach is not something you're going to need to worry about. It is beautiful at the moment, and the weather today, lovely sunny day. October is normally a very wet month here in Phuket, but this month so far we haven't had too much rain. So as you can see, I'm down the southern end of Kata's beach now. Plenty of vendors here, food and drink available, no problem at all. If you're coming over to Kata, then you're not going to have any issues at Kata Beach as regards in the daytime getting food and drink. There are plenty of vendors to choose from, and of course you have the hotel beyond Kata Resort. They have a restaurant that overlooks the beach, which is also open. So plenty of choice when it comes to food and drink here. And that goes for the northern end as well. There's plenty of vendors I've seen today at that part of the beach, so it doesn't really matter where you are on Kata's beach. you're going to be able to find yourselves some food, some drink, whatever it may be. Quite busy actually today down here. Sun is out, brings out the people. There's certainly a few in the sea today I've seen surfing. As I say, I'm not going to spend too much time down the beach area because I've already shown that the beach is not that affected here around the beach. It did have a period of time where there wasn't that many vendors around here because it had gone very quiet. But as you can see, all the vendors with the surfboards are back. Surfboard hire available. Lots of people in the sea surfing today, I've noticed, and generally using the beach. You can even see the sunbeds are in use as well. People choosing to hire the sunbeds, spending a little bit of time on the beach, and to be honest, I don't blame them. It's a beautiful day. We've had some nice weather. As I mentioned earlier, October isn't always a great month here in Phuket. We do tend to get quite a bit of rain in October, but this October is proving to be a little bit better. We had a lot of rain last month, but I'm glad to say the rain has eased and the weather is absolutely beautiful. What I'm going to do now is make my way away from the beach area because I've mentioned this is an area that's least impacted, and what you're probably curious to look at is the actual area itself of Kata. Now of course, if you're coming here, you're going to be interested in knowing what shops are open, what restaurants, hotels. Now Kata seems to be doing on the surface a little bit better than Karon. So for those of you who have recently seen the video I did on Karon, the updated video, will have seen that the things haven't really changed or improved that much in Karon, and many things are still much the same. But I'm glad to say here in Kata the situation is a little bit better. There are more shops open. As you can see as we're walking past here, there are definitely more shops open here in Kata than Karon, so a bit better choice. Not everywhere is open, I must emphasize this. Most of the shops and restaurants are situated around the beach area that are open. As we move further back into Kata itself, there is less open, whether that be in the daytime or indeed in the evening time. Now in the evening time the picture is very similar to Karon. Again, businesses choosing to close quite early compared to years gone by, and there's still not much life here in Kata Beach after 9 p.m, 9:30 in the evening. There's definitely a lot less life than in the daytime. So we'll have a look, see if the exchange is open here. No, that's closed at the moment. I have seen an exchange open here in Kata, but it's further towards the northern end of Kata Beach. But we have the street food restaurant across the road there. This is opposite the Kata Beyond Resort, or Beyond Kata Resort. That is very much open. And then we're going to walk a little ways down here. I'm not going to go too far because I'm leaving my bike at the beach and I need to get back to get my bike to be able to move around. I don't want to make the video too long, but as you can see already there's some shops opening up now which wasn't open before, which is a great thing to see, and I'm presuming more and more will open as we get closer to November the 1st and indeed Christmas. Again, another shop open that wasn't open before. The exchange on the corner is still closed. And there is a restaurant here that is also open. This has actually been open for some time. But now as we move further away from the beach area, you can see down this road particular there isn't that many businesses open. There are a few. I'm not going to say there aren't any, because there are a few restaurants down there, but not too many. And the same situation applies as we go in that direction, going back towards the main road. Again, there are businesses open, restaurants. The Istanbul restaurant, which I've covered some time ago, that's open. There's several down there. The Italian restaurants that's down there is also open as well. So I'm sure you're going to agree, definitely more life here in Kata at the minute just from my brief tour, but most of the life is centred around the beach area. I've also noticed quite a few more hotels starting to open up in this area as well. Talking about hotels, I'm going to actually be starting my review on hotels once again. I used to do quite a few hotels at one stage, but of course all that stopped because of the situation and the hotels closing, but now slowly they are opening. So next week, or my next video, I will be doing a hotel in Patong, so look out for that. Okay, so let's now move away from the beach area and see what the rest of Kata is looking like. Okay, well, I've made my ways a few minutes from the beach at a point in Kata where in front of me the road leads down to Karon and behind me leads into the centre part of Kata, and I want to just have a look around this area. I can see right in front of me there is an exchange booth open, so just across the road there, as you can see, exchange booth is open. And then this road to the right hand side, there's quite a few shops, restaurants, bars, etc. down there. Now I want to make it clear as regards the alcohol restrictions, because we do have some slightly different restrictions here in Phuket than the rest of Thailand. Currently, restaurants are allowed to serve alcohol on their premises. However, bars and nighttime entertainment venues are not allowed to open or serve alcohol, and that goes for not only Phuket, right across the whole of Thailand. However, we are seeing some bars under the guise of restaurants opening up and selling alcohol. From a legal point of view, legally they are not allowed to do that. Only restaurants, and it's only restaurants in Phuket and a few other places that have got the sandbox projects taking place that are actually allowed to sell alcohol on their premises. So we've got a few restaurants there that are open and trading, and I've also just walked past a few massage shops that are also open. There's one directly here to the left hand side, and then one further along also open. I know there's a lot of people now posting on social media that the bars are all open, but again, as I'm saying, from a legal point of view, I don't have an opinion one way or the other. I understand that businesses have to open and make money, that's how they survive. But from a legal point of view, they're not allowed to open. If they're a bar or a nightclub, cabaret show, something like that, a nighttime entertainment venue, legally they're not allowed to open currently. We are open, that's going to change very, very soon. So as you can see, there are one or two restaurants and shops open along this particular road. And again, in the evening time, there are one or two shops and restaurants open along this road. Sawasdee krab. So if you're coming to Kata, you're going to be able to find yourself food and drink, especially in the daytime. It's not going to cause you a lot of issues, but of a night time, then you need to bear in mind that some of these restaurants will close up early. There is a little bit more life here in Kata than what we saw in Karon, and slowly life is starting to return to this area, which I'm very pleased to see. It is slow, and there are many places that are still empty, closed, shut down. A lot of businesses yet to open, but there are some signs now of people returning to the area of Kata. The attitude over the last few weeks here on the island amongst businesses has definitely improved since we've had the announcements regarding the restrictions being eased and the almost removal of quarantine just down to a 24-hour period. As you know, my wife Nat and I have a business here on the island, A lot of our clients are business owners themselves. A lot of our customers, they have hotels and restaurants, shops, etc. And the attitude over the last 6 months has been very negative amongst those people, not sure what's going to happen in the future, etc. But since all these announcements that we've had regarding the restrictions, etc., that attitude has now very much changed. The business owners are a lot more positive. They're looking forward to the future. They're making plans, which is a great sign, and just great to see. The atmosphere is changing across the island quite quickly, I might add. Did some filming at the Sunday market, which was very, very busy actually, and I was really surprised, and a great atmosphere there. Another site here, not quite sure what's down here. I think it's mainly bars down that particular site. And then the next one, of course, there used to be a big seafood restaurant here on the left hand side. As you can see, that isn't yet open. Whether it will return, I don't know. We're just coming down to the very large hotel here. This hotel is actually open, and there are a few more hotels now starting to open here in Kata, which is great news. On my left hand side, of course, is the main bar area here in Kata. So to the left hand side of me now is the wine connection here in Kata. Unfortunately, that has not yet opened. And the area directly around that wine connection is still there's a massage shop there that's open, and then shops still closed. This is opposite the big hotel, of course. That is a hotel that I do plan to do a review on shortly. And then we have further down an exchange booth that is closed, but there are a few here in Kata that are actually open. And then we've got a restaurant that's open, and I think there's another restaurant further down, but I'm not going to walk too far. I'm going to go back and get the bike and then move locations. Okay, so I've moved a little bit further along the main second road here in Kata to where the walking street night market in Kata used to take place. We're just up from that, and we're going to have a look down this particular road because it's a mixture down here. There are a few restaurants and shops open down here, but there's also a lot that are still closed, including the market. So we have the restaurant Sugar and Spice almost on the corner. They are actually open. Sorry, cab. Yes, yep. You just have a quick. Let me just have a look at the menu. I've already eaten today.
Cow soy too.
Ah, cow soy. Yeah, my favourite. I like cow soy. Yes, very good prices.
Saturday we provide Thai cooking class.
Oh, Thai cooking class as well.
Yeah.
Every Saturday.
Next coming Saturday we will do cow soy and spring roll.
Oh, okay.
And it's free.
Ah, I think I've seen that on Facebook.
Yeah, you just stop in.
Yeah,
and
okay.
then you buy the cow soy.
Yes,
90
I see.
baht, and then we show you how to make it.
Okay,
you can
lovely.
Make it at home.
You run it every weekend, do you?
We try to do every Saturday.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay.
Okay, thank you for that. Okay, so if you're interested in a cooking class, then Sugar and Spice.
Sugar and Spice.
They are supplying a free cooking class. All you need to do is pay for the ingredients.
Yeah, you just buy 90 baht for,
Yes.
for cow soy.
For the dish.
Yeah, very,
Okay.
very good.
Thank you very much.
You're
Okay,
welcome.
thank you. So as you can see, this restaurant is open and they are running cooking classes. There is also an exchange booth across the road that is open here as well. So a few exchange booths open here in Kata, which is nice to see, which we didn't see so much in Karon. There was a few, I think there was one or two open in Karon, whereas there's quite a few more here. We have a massage shop that is open. Foot massage 200 baht, oil massage 250, and Thai massage 200 baht. And then another massage shop next door. Swaddy Cap. So a couple of massage shops. You're not going to be stuck for massages if you're coming to Kata. Now this is the Kata walking street night market, but unfortunately, as you can see, it has not yet opened up. I'm just going to take a walker down here and see what is open, because there are some hotels down here as well as the market. Now obviously the market used to run all the way down, and at the very bottom there was an area that they used to have, I guess you'd call it a food court. I think some of it's still here, I'm not quite sure. Well, let's just have a look at what we've got here that may be open. Okay, we've got the nice guest house. That doesn't look open. The Flower Night guest house. Are you open? Sorry, Cap? You open? For customers? You take for guests? Okay, excellent. Okay, good. That's good to see. Yes, I'll see you soon. Okay. Well, I've just had a very interesting conversation with Michael there. He's from Denmark. He's recently come over to Thailand. He did stay in Bangkok for some time, and now he's come down to Phuket. And I've just been talking to him basically how he's finding it, and he has said that it is quite quiet around many of the areas. He's actually staying in Rawai, and he's finding it not too bad in Rawai, as I've covered Rawai previously and shown that it's not perfect by any means, but it's a little bit more livelier than some places. Now this was the main food area of the market, the Kata night walking market. But as you can see, it's all closed up at the moment. I was talking to the lady that, I'm not sure whether she's the owner or she works at the guest house there, that we've just passed Nim there in the distance, and she was saying that hopefully the market may reopen soon. There's a couple of guest houses here that are actually open. There's the Flower guest house, there's the Tropical Relax guest house. They're open. They're actually owned by the same people, those two. And then there's the Outdoor Inn that is also open there as well. They actually have, I think Nim said that they have one guest staying there at the moment, so not many, but I guess one is better than none. And then going through the market area here, there are some more businesses. And Nim was saying there is another guest house open down here. So we are now starting to see very slowly a few places starting to open up. But again, much like the Caron video that I've recently done, the word is slowly. I think it's the one down the bottom there that she was saying that is also open as well. So not too many, but it's a start. It's definitely a better picture than the last time I was here in Kata, because nearly everywhere was shut the last time. So what I'm going to do now is make my way back to the main road here, just outside here, and then just walk a little ways along there, and then I think that's going to cover Kata, because there isn't a lot more that I can really show you. The nighttime situation is slightly better than what I showed in Caron. There are a few places open in the evening time, but again, if you're staying in Kata, it would be advisable to have some mode of transport, whether it be a car or a motorbike, because in the evening time you may have to travel. If you want to have different restaurants and you don't want to be eating in the same places every night, then it's going to be good if you've got some means of transport. At least then you can go around the local area and find out which restaurants are open and which you prefer to eat in. Now there are a couple of restaurants along here. Some are only open certain days of the week. They're not open every single day as yet. And some are open obviously more. So it's a case of finding out which ones are actually open. We've got a couple of businesses behind me here that I didn't cover. So we've got another massage shop. Sorry, Cap? Not quite sure, I think that's a cafe, Sunflower Cafe, yeah, that's open by the looks of it. And then we have the Dome Cat, that's also open. The New York Burger Company, they are open today, but the last time I came they wasn't open. So maybe they're not open every day of the week, I'm not sure. They might have limited hours. So there are a few places starting to open along this road. Again, we've got the big hotel here, the Kata Heights, I believe it's called. That is open. And then a few restaurants just before the hotel, the Red Snapper. That isn't open today, but it normally is open because I've come down here a few times and seen it open. Okay, well, I think you're going to agree that Kata is doing slightly better than Karon at the moment. As we've seen, the beach area quite lively, lots of food vendors down there. Then as we move back through Kata, it's not quite as lively as the beach area. However, there are businesses now starting to open up. Not everywhere's open, but there's definitely more than 4 months ago. And I feel that Kata genuinely is doing a little bit better than Karon, which is just a little bit further down the road. Karon there on my last video, really struggling. Let's hope things are going to start to pick up in that area very soon, especially with the restrictions being removed and these new quarantine rules coming into force on November the 1st. Hopefully we're going to see both Kata and Karon getting more busy and lively. I've actually been just talking to the manager here at the Dome Resort. They actually have two. This, where I'm standing now, is the old Dome Resort. They also have a new resort. He's just informed me that both here and the new one are open, even though this doesn't look like it, and the guy's just standing behind there. And so we are now seeing some of the hotels, guest houses starting to open up, particularly here in Kata, more than Karon. But it's a great sign, and I hope this is going to continue. And I will keep people up to date as the situation improves. Both Kata and Karon videos before 4 months ago were a very somber picture, not much to look forward to, but hopefully this video has brought a little bit more positivity to the people that were thinking of coming to this area. Well, as always, thanks for watching the video. Any comments or feedback, please leave it in the section down below. Well, that just leaves me to say, as always, you take care, and until next time, I'll catch you on the next one.